It's not good for the U.S. dollar because someone will buy a house and then they'll sell it in 5-10 years and be like, oh, I made all this money. You really didn't make that much money just because
the rates went up.
Yeah. The value of the dollar has decreased quite a bit.
Yeah.
And it's really sad. That's why crypto is so important.
Cool. All right.
Sweet.
Here we go. Notes up. This episode. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to episode 9 of the Young Minds podcast. I'm your host, Luke, and in this episode, we actually have 2 Lukes. You're going to get kind of confused. I'm Aiden, and then the other one's going to be Burkgren, but you'll meet him in a second. This one, if you see the title already, it's going to be called A Beginner's Guide to Crypto Investing. And it might seem kind of boring and lame at first, but trust me, it's absolutely not. We have someone here who's actually I went to high school with and kind of grew up with a little bit through middle school and stuff like that. And he actually reached out to me 2 weeks ago.
About a week ago, yeah.
Yeah. Saying he's been doing this recently, and I had no idea. We haven't caught up in.
It's been a while.
It's been a while. It's been
since we graduated, probably.
Yeah. So wow. So about a year.
About a year.
So haven't caught up in a minute, but didn't know he was doing this investing, and I thought it was very interesting. And I said, you know what? Let's hop on the podcast. So. Just adjusting that. So I said, you know what? Hop on. Let's do it. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we have Luke Burkgren. He went to Dakota Ridge High School with me. And how are you, bud?
Pretty good. Happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
Of course. Well, thank you for coming.
Absolutely.
Sorry, I'm just messing. Oh, that's a little loud. Okay, that's much better. That's perfect. Who are you?
Who am I?
Yeah.
Luke Burkgren.
Describe yourself a little bit.
Well, apart from crypto, I do a lot of mountain biking. I go to Western Colorado University in Crested Butte, Colorado, or Gunnison, Colorado, right in that area. I race collegiately mountain bikes, and
You actually race collegiate? I didn't know you were racing.
We haven't had a race yet because of COVID, but next year, this coming semester, we'll have races.
Perfect. Okay.
Around the state and everywhere.
Perfect.
Excited for it.
So you're currently, what are you studying down in Gunnison?
Right now, I am an exercise and sports science major. I'm looking to change that to a finance major because of what I do in crypto. I want an actual major that I can use. And since crypto is what I want to do in life, I want to be able to use it.
So it's like business-oriented kind of. Yep.
Exactly, yeah. There's a nice business program at Western that I
So not
really
like
enjoy.
Jumping right into it, but kind of going right into it. You want to do crypto your entire life?
Yes.
Really?
I do.
And you've been doing it for, you said, a year?
About a year and a half. You can't do much until you're 18 years old anyway, because it legally doesn't really work.
Right.
But I did as much as I could before that, probably beginning of, was that like 2020?
Yeah.
I would say.
Like right a little before
2019.
COVID hit?
Yeah. And then COVID hit, of course. But then once I turned 18, that's when I really started building my portfolio and everything.
So you said you couldn't start doing crypto before you were 18. Did you do it under like dad's name?
He invested for me.
Okay.
That was before I really knew much at all, so I didn't know what it entailed other than Bitcoin. So, he did everything. I didn't even manage anything. I just kind of knew what it was. I didn't know what it did or anything like that, really.
So you were just doing a little bit of research and kind of seeing what it actually was. Okay. Cool. So you said you've been doing it for you've been investing for a year and a half?
Yes.
Like money in
And my
crypto.
dad has been putting away money for like savings and whatever in my name.
Oh, for
as long
crypto.
As I can, that's not my money.
Right.
But he's been investing for
it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And so you want to go major in finance, correct?
Correct.
Why finance? Why not major in marketing or business management, but have the experience that you're getting from crypto?
Because I want a better understanding of money.
Okay.
Like economics.
Okay.
Those kind of classes, and then if I get a marketing degree or something like that, that's not something I'm going to use.
Right.
Because there's not a ton of marketing in crypto
that
I want to do at least. There's plenty, but with what I want to do, understanding money and understanding trends is all I'm going to need.
Got it. Understanding. Elaborate on that. Understanding trends.
Understanding trends.
You mean
knowing
like the flow of the stock market, kind of?
Yeah. I mean, it's comparable to the stock market. Yeah.
Yeah.
Buying low and selling high. That's what you want to do with crypto.
Everybody says that, but like
it's very cliche.
Yeah, everybody said buy the dips
Yep.
and sell the peaks.
It's the
basically,
best. That's some of the best advice I can give you, because you'll tell people to buy when it's low and sell when it's high, but they buy when it's low-ish, and then they're also buying when it's high, but they don't really realize it.
Right.
And then it starts to dip like a lot, and then they don't hold it, and then they just sell it to cut their losses.
Yeah.
And then over time it goes right back up, and you're just like, well, I should have just held.
Yeah.
And I would have made way more money. There's this acronym. It's called HODL, HODL.
Yeah.
Hold on for dear life. That's what you need to do.
Yeah.
When you have any sort of asset, really, because right now we're in a very bear market. Plenty of people
who don't know. What's a bear market?
Bear market's when we're trending down.
Okay.
So
when it's going
Bitcoin's currently trending sideways at around, I didn't check this morning, I think it's at like 37,000 maybe.
Well, it
right
cut
around
in
there.
half. It was like 2 weeks ago, it was sitting at 56.
Yeah, so it was more like a month ago, I think.
A month, yeah.
It's been a little while since it was up in the 60s.
Yeah.
It hit a record high, and then it started to dump because the biggest turning point was Elon Musk saying, what he actually said, I have it here. He said that we could buy Tesla products with Bitcoin.
Correct.
Which, great, that's awesome.
Yeah.
But he then shut that down. I don't know how much longer after he said that. He stopped it.
Right.
Said that it wasn't green, wasn't good for the earth, wasn't good for the environment because of miners.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of true.
Yeah.
The biggest reason was because when you buy a product with Bitcoin, the price because of where Bitcoin's at, the price is still going to fluctuate. It's still consolidating. So it can be up at 60, it can be down at 30.
Okay.
You don't really know. So if you buy something like a car at $50,000, when you put that on a price sheet, it just doesn't work real well, I guess is the best way to put it. I don't understand entirely how it works, but that is why that
because Elon said it's not green for the environment, because that's his whole motto.
That was almost an excuse to a certain extent.
So he manipulated the market basically.
And he's got so much influence that he can do that, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And because he's become this
huge
almost
icon.
ambassador of crypto.
Yeah.
That whatever he tweets, people can take it completely out of context, and they analyze it so deeply, even though it can mean nothing. And
just a stupid meme that you could tweet.
Yeah, and it'll make the market just
plummet.
Crap. Yeah.
Okay.
And it's kind of annoying, but I mean, it gives people like us who don't have as much money as super rich people to be able to put money into crypto before it goes berserk, but eventually.
Soon. Well, yeah, soon. So when you said buy low, sell high, but you said like people think they're buying low-ish. How do you know they're buying low? How do you know it's low enough to purchase? Do you know what I mean?
So,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's kind of hard.
Yeah.
Because he's kind of have to understand the what a certain coin, what its ability is. Yeah. Or what it can be. So Bitcoin can go 6 digits soon. Okay. So buying low can still be $60,000 technically right now. So if you bought at $60,000, you are chasing the price higher, but it's not bad because it's going to go through 6 digits anyway. Okay. Now if you're buying another,
you believe so?
Absolutely, without a doubt. And then if you buy an alternate coin, an altcoin like Cardano, you buy that at, I bought that at 80 cents, like when it dipped about a month ago, and then that's low. So you can set what's called a limit order on different
platforms.
Yeah, on different exchanges. And so once the price dips, it automatically buys it for you a certain amount of money. Okay. So that's really nice to have.
Can you then sell you're getting like a price if it? Can you? Because I know you can set this on Robinhood, where like it sets to a certain, if it dips too low, but where you still sell, or it'll sell for you and you're still making money. Do you know what is that called, Nathan? Oh, what?
Stop order.
Trailing stop order, yeah. Can you set something like that?
I believe you can. Okay. I use Gemini Exchange, and I believe you can do that. I haven't sold yet. I haven't sold a single asset. So
really?
Yeah.
How many assets do you have?
My portfolio probably sits at about maybe 10,
10 assets?
8 to 10.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, which is pretty good. I mean, it's
No,
not. There's plenty of people that have way more, but at the same time,
a lot better than mine. That's for sure.
It doesn't matter. You have to start somewhere.
Oh,
so,
totally.
And you can do perfectly fine with 2 assets, Ethereum and Bitcoin, or Ethereum, Bitcoin, US dollar token, which is a stable coin, which follows the price of the US dollar.
Yeah.
So
yeah. And you brought that up to me. Why would you purchase the US dollar coin if it doesn't move?
So, yeah, it doesn't move. So what you can do, I have this wallet. It's called Celsius Network.
Which you told me about.
It's what they call a fintech network program.
Okay.
Financial technology. It bridges the gap between a centralized banking system, like banks today,
right, and
completely decentralized banking system.
Okay.
So it's a crypto bank.
Right.
So, and what they do is they take their 80% profit margin is put right back into the community. So they make, obviously, all of their profits, they come in from, they lend money and coins to hedge funds, exchanges, institutional traders, and they charge 9% interest on that.
Okay.
And that's a lot of money.
Oh,
because
that's a lot of interest.
They are one of the biggest lenders, I guess you could say.
And I scrolled through the app, and not all of the coins that they give interest on are 9%. One I saw was like 16%.
Yeah.
I forget what it was, but it was like it's a stupid amount of interest.
It's crazy. Yeah. Actually, I have some of them right here. Bitcoin's at 6.2 APY right now. Ethereum's at 5.05. Polygon's at 10.5, and stable coins like USDC and Gemini Dollar are at 8.88.
Okay.
So that's 8.88 annual percentage yield per year. You're paid weekly though. So say you have 10,000 in Bitcoin. That's 600 with their 6.2%.
It's like 620.
Yeah, 620 per year. Paid $11.92 a week every Monday. Yeah, which is really nice. And then if you have a ton of Bitcoin or a ton of different assets, they pay a lot of money per week. There are people that make thousands of dollars a week just in their interest payments.
That's smart though.
It's incredible.
That's extremely so. That's why you would put money into the USD coin, but
10.5% instead of 0.12 in Wells Fargo.
Jeez.
Yeah.
So
and there's no catch. I've been doing this for a year and a half.
So you've been in the Celsius network for a year and a half.
For a year and a half, yes.
Damn.
No, and zero problems.
Really?
I mean, they have their own token too, Celsius token.
Yeah, I did see that.
I've been buying that at $2 and whatever every little bit. I mean, and you can't buy that on an exchange. You can't exchange US dollar to Celsius, unfortunately. It's not on a big exchange yet. You have to use Ethereum, Bitcoin, or whatever.
Got it.
It's a little annoying. It's like I said, a little annoying. But they're trending at about $7 right now. They hit an all-time high of about $8 last week.
Really?
Right in the middle of the dip, which is incredible. It just shows how strong that token is and how resilient it is to this market, this bear market. It's still decently bull and it's trending pretty sideways. Everything, at least, is trending sideways. Yeah. But Celsius is trending pretty well at $7, and yeah, it's great.
That's sick, dude. So you said 2 things. One, you said an altcoin.
Yeah.
What?
Alternate coin.
Is that like...
alternate coin is any coin that's not Bitcoin. So Ethereum's an altcoin. US dollar tokens and altcoin, US dollar coins and
that's a little stupid to me.
It is.
Like
it's just, and when people say altcoins, they're
Bitcoin
usually
is just like the
thinking
head. Is that why? That's just
well, Bitcoin was the first.
Yeah,
because it was made in 2009.
Right.
And which is incredible, really, because we're only just now seeing advancements in crypto.
Right.
And it was made all the way in 2009. Now it's 2021. So altcoins. When I refer to altcoins, I mostly think of stuff like Cardano, Celsius token, stuff that's trending at or under what Ethereum is trending at. I personally don't really consider Ethereum an altcoin just because Ethereum will surpass Bitcoin eventually.
Gotcha.
Absolutely will.
You think Ethereum's going to pass Bitcoin?
Yeah. So the thing so Bitcoin was made in 2009, right?
Right.
And it was designed as a blockchain and mining service with the only goal of peer-to-peer cash system with no third party, no trusted third party. Okay. So Ethereum's the same way. However, Ethereum also is a platform. It's a large ecosystem, and these other coins like Cardano, Polygon, whatever, can build off of that.
Build off the same
Build off their
blockchain.
ecosystem. Yeah.
Okay. So a blockchain.
Bitcoin, you can't really. That's not really the same with Bitcoin.
So for people, because I'm still new to this.
Yeah.
Extremely new to this, and a lot of people listening and watching are. So, describe the blockchain quickly. Not quickly.
Blockchain. So it's complicated. So when a certain task is completed, or a certain number of tasks are completed, it's considered a block, and those are stored in the blockchain.
Okay.
And for however many blockchains blocks are finished, a certain amount of coins are put into circulation.
Okay.
And now with Ethereum, or with Bitcoin, I should start with, has a solid cap of 21 million coins in existence. It can't go any higher, can't go any lower.
Okay.
Once it's at 21 million, no
it's
more.
just going to stay there.
Exactly. We'll stay there. No more mining.
Do we know if we're close or not?
We're at 19 million. Just over 19 million circulating supply right now.
So we're close.
Yeah, and that's why it's going to explode.
Oh, that's
because
scary.
It's not going to be in circulation anymore.
So you can't
print anymore like money. You can't do it.
Impossible. Why?
Just because that's just how it works.
How it's designed.
It's so complicated, but that's just how it's designed.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
That's
how
crazy.
That's how the price is able to
fluctuate
consistently high, I should say.
Okay.
Because it's still going to consolidate, like I said.
Yeah.
But now with Ethereum, it doesn't have a hard cap.
Right.
Yet.
So they can still set one.
Yeah, the creator of Ethereum has promised a hard cap, and sounds like they're starting to burn some Ethereum coins, which is just the process of getting rid of some.
Got it.
And but the way they do it is, I have it right here. Where is it? For every single block produced on the network, 2 Ethereum coins are put into circulation with a cap of 18 million per year. So every year, only 18 million can be put into circulation.
That's a lot better though.
Yeah, that's
a lot
more.
better than
And there's going to be a hard cap eventually.
But it'll add. But those 18 million will add on to like the previous year's K. Got it.
Yeah, exactly. And then also with Ethereum, it's for one block executed, only 2 can be put into circulation, no matter the demand.
Okay.
Only 2 coins are put into circulation. So miners can fluctuate with with Bitcoin. More coins can be put into circulation. But Ethereum is 2. Only 2.
Okay. So why is Ethereum becoming, not, I wouldn't say as big as Bitcoin, but it's been in the news a lot more, at least recently.
Yeah.
A lot of social media, a lot of hype around it, and a lot of news. Why is it becoming bigger? Why are people caring about Ethereum as much as Bitcoin?
It's a super large ecosystem. So like about a year ago, maybe 6 months, it was trending at below $1,000, and now it's all the way up. It hit 4,000 before the big dip, and it's a really large ecosystem. These other really large ecosystem, and these other projects are allowed to build off of Ethereum to make their own projects, like Cardano, Polygon. Those are both on the Ethereum blockchain. Okay, and it makes it easier. And then that in of itself is bringing a lot to Ethereum and its ecosystem. Yeah.
So the entire blockchain is just an ecosystem of money. Yeah, basically. That's all. It's a digital currency ecosystem.
It's almost, to a certain extent, a lot of it's, I don't want to say a figment of our imagination, but it's not. None of it's physical. None of it's a tangible object. You can't hold a Bitcoin. You can't hold an
It's all
ETH
digital.
Coin. It's all digital. Okay. And that's a big reason why NFTs or non-fungible tokens are so big. Is because
people are making a stupid amount of money.
Just because
some dude made 42 million off of just. Yeah. Honestly, looks like he made it on a paper napkin.
Yeah. All you need to do is know how to code.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
Well, you don't even know you don't even have to code them, do you?
No, not. That's like. Yeah. Yeah, you can have someone do it for you.
Yeah, or I thought it's literally just like a graphic you can put up on this website.
I'm not super well versed in NFTs. All I know is that like Formula One teams, like Red Bull Racing.
I saw their NFTs.
Yeah, they recently just partnered with Tezos, and they're gonna bring in an NFT through Tezos, and I think McLaren has one, and it's incredible. And because I'm a huge Formula One fan myself, I love that sport. It's awesome. Yeah. it's growing exponentially, the fan base, and that's just going to make it even better bringing crypto into it this early. Because no other sport, as far as I know, really has as big of a grasp on it as Formula One does so far.
I've gotten a little bit into Formula One as well. Watched the whole documentary on Netflix.
I love that.
Drive to Survive.
Drive to Survive, yeah.
Watched that, and
it's pretty dramatic.
It seems like it's kind of made to be a little extra.
It's meant to bring people into
the sport,
watch the sport, and a lot of the sport's different than what they portray on Netflix.
Yeah,
a lot of it, like, there's no real fighting between the drivers. They're all really good friends, actually.
Yeah. It seems very, very like blown out of proportion.
It is.
Yeah,
and they do good a job at it, though.
They do a great job. It brings them. It brings
very entertaining.
Money. All right, we're gonna check cameras really quick.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and we're recording. Yeah, so all right, we're back. We had to do a little intermission there really quickly. Thank you again for Nathan helping me out with the cameras here. But Formula One, everything. That's the question I was going to ask you. As we went back off this, going back to the whole Celsius network and everything. So if you put money into the USDC coin, you can pull it out and put it back into USD and put it back in your bank account.
Yeah, you can sell it.
You can sell it, and so walk me through that, because pretend you were just talking to someone who knows nothing about Bitcoin or nothing about crypto. I know a decent amount, but nothing, and everybody else here.
Okay, yeah, fair enough.
So how would you put your money into Celsius, into the USDC coin? It earns a year of interest. You put 10,000 in. How do you pull it out?
Okay, so the easiest way to start is download Coinbase.
Okay.
I don't know if you have that app.
Yeah, I do. That's how it transferred into Celsius. Yep.
First of all, let me preface this. I forgot to say this in the beginning. Nothing of what I say is financial advice. I'm not liable for anything, because anything can happen.
Yeah.
Anyways.
I think we've been learning that a lot with social media and fluctuation with Elon Musk.
Yeah. And now when I tell you to buy Bitcoin and stuff, I'm not liable if it goes down and you sell it because you didn't hodl.
Yeah.
So, anyway.
You're just saying your experience and what you've learned,
basically.
Yes.
Yeah. So, download Coinbase, and you can link your bank account directly to Coinbase. It's secure, works just fine. And you can buy however much US dollar coin as they allow you to.
Okay.
Then you'll have that has to clear your bank account, and with the banking system that may take a few days.
Right.
Because it's a big purchase too, especially if you do 10,000.
I think it's a week.
Yeah.
I saw that.
It can be a while. So once that clears, it's going to be in your Coinbase account. You can from Coinbase you can transfer that to your Celsius account. So there's a little button in the top right corner. It looks like a little I believe it looks like a little paper airplane. You press that and you can send it to another wallet. Now you have to make sure the wallet address is the same. So when you go into your Celsius account, you'll press on the transfer coins button, the plus, and there's a drop down of different coins that you can add to it. And you have to select USDC, you have to copy it. It allows you to copy and paste.
Right.
But you have to make sure that's the same, because if it's not the same address that you're sending money to, it's gone. $10,000 is out the door.
Wow.
Like, and there's no recovering.
Have you had any issues with that?
Okay. I haven't. And it's not like a scare tactic or anything, but it's happened.
Just something to watch out for.
Exactly. Yeah. It's not good if it happens, because it's gone.
Right.
So, and the larger transactions, like $10,000, will take a little longer. So if it takes 15, 20 minutes, I wouldn't worry, or longer even.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I transferred Bitcoin. It took 30 minutes.
Yeah. It can take a while, and sometimes it'll be really quick.
Yeah.
So then you can, once that's transferred, it's in there. Yeah. So you can let it sit for a year, 2 years, however long you want it to, make that money, and then you do the opposite. Send it to Coinbase, and then from Coinbase, you select withdrawal, and then you withdraw to your bank account.
Okay.
And then at the end of the year, Celsius will send you a tax sheet, and you just have to fill out your
for taxes
for your interest.
Okay.
Which I don't know exactly what the rates are. It depends on how much you make and everything, but you do have to pay interest on, or you do have to pay taxes on the interest you make.
Interest, yeah.
It's not super hard at all, but it's there.
Okay. Because I think that's one thing people have been nervous, and personally I've been nervous about too, is not knowing, putting your money in and not knowing if you can take it out or not.
Yeah.
Because I mean, people see this as like a digital currency and everything, so I don't know if people actually think you can take it back and actually put it into cash again,
Yeah, you can.
like actually like dollars. And that's one thing I was nervous about before doing all this, and then actually seeing, because people see like, oh, it's like 0.05 Bitcoin or something like that.
Yeah.
And people are seeing that as money, but not a lot of people see it. They want to see like the dollar signs in front of it.
Yeah, and the problem with that is we need to start looking at the value of Bitcoin as, well, per Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Because the U.S. dollar is becoming infinitely inflated. Like, as of a few days ago, we're at 5% inflation rates, which is up there with Russia and China, Mexico.
Right.
Not good. We should, like,
It's
other
high.
countries like Sweden and Norway are 1.6, 1.8. That's and us at 5% is not. It's not good. It's not good for the U.S. dollar, because someone will buy a house, and then they'll sell it in 5-10 years and be like, "Oh, I made all this money." You really didn't make that much money, just because
The rates went up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The value of the dollar has decreased quite a bit.
Yeah.
And it's really sad. That's why crypto is so important. And going back to the selling your crypto, when you are transferring USDC from Coinbase back to your account, you are selling it. So there's no, since the price hasn't fluctuated,
you're selling it when you're transferring it back.
Yeah, you are selling it.
Right.
But since it follows the price of the dollar, it's much easier.
Yeah.
You don't want to sell it. You don't want to sell Bitcoin, Ethereum, altcoins for many reasons. Because one, if you sell, you're losing your gains. It's going to go up, and you're going to miss out on that. Two, if you don't track how much you sold and at what price, the IRS is going to come after you, because you have to document that on your tax sheet.
Correct.
And if you don't sell it, then you don't have to do it. You don't have to file that. So if you hold Bitcoin for 2 years, during that 2 years, as long as it's just sitting in an account or sitting in Celsius, you don't have to pay taxes on it, because you haven't sold it for a US dollar yet, because it's not a legal tender yet.
Got it.
So, which it is in El Salvador now.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah, El Salvador, I think 3 or 4 days ago, maybe 5, announced that Bitcoin is a legal tender. You can use that as money in El Salvador now.
So kind of like a real currency.
It's an actual currency.
Like there.
It's a currency. It's like a dollar.
Okay.
But it is.
Isn't that kind of everywhere, though? People can pay. I mean, there's Bitcoin ATMs, though.
Yeah, but it's not. It's like, I believe it's like taxable now.
Oh, okay.
Now that it's.
Oh, it's taxable in El Salvador.
Yeah, you can't. And it's a funky situation.
Okay.
Because the U.S. government seems to really not like cryptocurrency, because they're old.
Yeah.
And they don't
I've
like
heard,
change.
Yeah.
So we have a long way to go. But countries, as soon as countries like the Scandinavian countries adopt it as a legal tender, it's going to skyrocket. Like, huge. And all of these South American countries now, like Venezuela's inflation rates are like 3,700%.
Really?
Which is, like,
wow.
I don't know the exact numbers, but so much money in Venezuela like isn't worth nearly as much here.
Dang,
and
you've
it's really
done your
sad. That's why they're
research,
trying to adopt
dude.
Bitcoin. Yeah.
Wow. So like this is what you've been. So you said you consider yourself doing this. Like
Yes.
this is what you do. But you can still go to college.
Yeah, I still go to college. I still work a job.
You still work a job. This is, but you want to consider it like a side hobby though.
Yeah, for sure.
You
like,
would
this
or
will
wouldn't?
be well. For now, it
now.
has to be, because it's not enough of a stable source of income. Well, I shouldn't say that. It is a stable source of income.
Yeah.
But you also need to be able to put money into it.
Yeah.
So with a 9-to-5 job or whatever job you work, you can take as much money as you can and put that into crypto, and that's making money for you.
Right.
But when you get older, or as we get older, you can work for projects like Celsius Network and stuff, and they can pay you in their token.
So when you say work for projects, that's another thing I've talked to you about is a project. When you say work for project, what do you mean?
When I talk about working for a project, you can develop your own project. You can make your own coin.
Okay, and that's another thing I wanted to bring up. Do you know how to make your own coin?
I don't know how yet. I don't know if I will.
Okay.
But there are plenty of places. There's this guy on YouTube. His name's Ivan on Tech. He's from Sweden, actually. He it's called the Ivan on Tech Academy.
Okay.
And you can take his classes and you get a certification, and you can show that to networks, and that gives you all of the tools you need to make a coin or to develop with one of these networks and companies to help them further their.
I've genuinely thought about making a coin because I think that would be so much fun just to experience and see and
absolutely.
have it be on the blockchain and on like Coinbase and these big exchanges.
Yeah, and it takes a lot of time and a lot of effort though, because when you look at stuff like Bitcoin or not Bitcoin, Dogecoin and SafeMoon, those were just made just to be made. They're meme coins. They're
literally
not.
Some people made some couple billions off it.
You have to be you have to be pretty lucky, unfortunately, and just because of how inflated it is, they're never going to stop printing that much.
No.
And with the difference there with Bitcoin is there's 21 million, and then with Ethereum there's not a hard cap yet, but only 18 million per year and 2 per block. So Dogecoin just keeps shelling them out, and then infinitely it just keeps going down. Yeah, and the only reason it goes up is because people buy it. It's like the stock market, So if a bunch of people buy it at one time, it's going to go up, but then it's going to crash again because you can't keep buying it.
Did you make money off of Dogecoin? No. A little bit?
I mean, nothing crazy, but I had fun with it.
Yeah,
and it's great. It's great to learn.
Yeah,
Even if
that's
you
what
put
I did off of
$5-10 in and you lose it all, who cares? It's $5-10.
No.
It gives you that experience. You live and you learn.
That's what I did. I had fun. You texted me how you're like, how are your crypto investments? I go, Dogecoin ain't doing too good, but otherwise everything else is fine.
Yeah.
But so projects. There's this one project I've talked to you about. It's called the Helium Project, and it's basically making 5G network available to everybody, and you have like a miner or a server that supplies. Have you looked into that at all?
I haven't looked into it too much, but from what I've read and seen, I really like that business model a lot, because 5G obviously is also where we're going with internet. There's not going to be Wi-Fi anymore. It's just going to be 5G, and if we have these modems on the outside of everybody's house as a server, and you get paid for it,
it's
as long as they do their business correctly and you're paid in their coin, that's huge.
Because that's how their reward is. Is the average I've been seeing is about you get anywhere from 4 to 6 coins a day. From Helium, and their price right now is at I think $14 or $16.
It's really good.
So it's a decent reward, and I know people are making. They said the average you can make monthly is around $1,200 a month.
It's pretty good. That's just like a side hustle.
If it's just sitting there and
not doing anything,
and you're not literally doing anything, and it pulls 1 watt of electricity a month.
Yeah,
it's That's $12 for a year.
Yeah,
that's nothing.
It's really awesome.
Yeah,
and then you have a server. And you have 5G everywhere.
Literally.
So, and then obviously the rewards will start to go down. As the price goes up.
And they are having in August, I believe. Yeah. Because so many people are hopping on the project, and all these companies are creating the hotspots, and the servers are so backed up.
Yeah.
Because I was going to actually ask your help to help me set that up one time, but I don't know how to really do that.
Yeah, I can definitely help you with it.
So this is the one question I've really wanted to ask.
Okay.
And if people are still listening and watching, you're going to want to hear this. If you're interested in this, well, it's 2 questions, but they kind of go back to back. 1. How can you describe what crypto, in a broad sense, is for beginners?
So, the way I explain it
to
people, the way I explain it to people is, we don't know everything about what crypto is going to be, and I kind of compare it to the internet back in the 90s. Who the hell knew what the internet was going to be?
No, not a lot.
We didn't. You had to dial a phone to connect to a computer, I think, that was already connected to the internet.
Right.
Look where we are now. The internet's everything. The internet has become so many things that we didn't know could even exist back when the internet was first created.
Right.
That's what crypto is going to be. It's the same thing. It's like everything's going to be built on crypto. It's kind of like the internet. That's the best way I can put it.
Okay.
Because it's going to be everything, and it's going to be the future of money. Once Bitcoin and Ethereum stable out and become a much more stable price, then we will start to use it maybe as a currency.
Okay.
But right now, Bitcoin and Ethereum are explicitly a store of money. You don't want to...
Historic money?
A store of money.
A store
of money, yeah. So you don't sell it, you only buy it.
Okay.
And you let it sit. So you can... And if you see your... portfolio go from $8,000 up to $15,000 and then back to $8,000, you don't cut your losses because that's stupid. Because it's going to go back up again. And so, and a lot of people get worried with the price because you see it going down, and it
Right.
starts to stress you out. And
You're
you saw
losing
this
some
big
money.
number.
Yeah.
You saw this number on your screen, and you're like, whoa, this is cool. And then it starts to go down. Like, well, now what do I do?
Yeah.
And you sell.
Now where's your money?
Exactly. Well, you need to zoom out. Because you look at where Bitcoin used to be or where it was a year ago. Like, back in October, I think it was like 10 grand.
Yeah.
And now we're still at 30 grand. That's really good.
It's still come up a lot. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's like an internet. It's evolving a lot, like you said. And it's a digital currency just to purchase stuff.
Yeah.
Not purchase stuff, but
Not yet.
not yet. You think it's going to get there?
It'll be legal tender. And it may take a while just because of governments. And the U.S.
Right.
government's so anal about things and how you make your money. But it will get there.
Okay.
And the U.S. may be pretty late to the party, which will suck. But
We'll get there.
exactly.
Eventually.
And hopefully that brings a lot of peace to the world.
Yeah. I hope it does.
Like open borders, especially in South America. That's what they're really working towards right now.
Is opening crypto?
That's what I like. Well, they're bringing legal tenders, Bitcoin as a legal tender to El Salvador, Brazil, and all of these other South American countries that are really struggling with their economies. And this is really going to stabilize that and really allow them to thrive
Really?
and flourish. Yeah.
Huh.
And there won't be as much greed, hopefully.
In the countries. Okay. And then second thing, kind of going off this, how would you not recommend, but how would you suggest people get into crypto? Again, you're not telling people what to do or anything. It's a disclaimer, but like how would you, if they literally have no idea, they don't know how to get into it, they don't know what to do, they're a little nervous, they just want to put a couple bucks in right now. What exchanges would you recommend? What would you start? What would you do if you could restart it again? And like for a complete beginner.
So download Celsius Network, Coinbase, and Gemini Exchange.
Okay.
Gemini Exchange, you have to get, I don't remember what it's called exactly. I think it's called Active Trader. You have to apply for that. It's not super easy to get into. That's how you set limit orders and stuff and that automatically buys at a certain price. That's more complicated. But to start, download those three.
Okay.
Buy Bitcoin on Coinbase.
Okay.
Transfer that to your Celsius network. Let that grow.
Through interest.
Yeah, through interest and just the price of Bitcoin in general. And just don't sell it for as long as you can.
So it's basically just a long-term asset.
Mm-hmm.
That's all that's how you're viewing it.
Yeah, same with Ethereum.
Okay.
And there will be plenty others too. Like Polygon will probably be there too.
Okay.
But again, it's kind of whatever I say is not
important.
I'm not liable for anything.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Okay.
Some of these will be huge.
Yeah.
And maybe they won't be as big as Bitcoin. Maybe they will. It's really hard to tell right now because some of these coins are still like at $1, under $10.
Yeah.
So it's really
and that's why I think people are, because I've seen a lot of people day trading crypto.
Yeah.
Like, and I know that doesn't sound like a thing you kind of do.
No,
you use it more as a long-term asset.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's what it's meant to be.
Yeah.
And you can day trade it and you can make money, but it's a lot more risky.
Yeah.
Way more risky.
And it's a lot more time.
Yeah. And day trading Bitcoin is really risky because of how high the price is.
Mm-hmm.
It fluctuates a lot. So it fluctuates hundreds of dollars at a time.
Right.
So you can lose hundreds of dollars in seconds.
Yeah. Or you could gain $100.
But you have to be knowing what you're doing. Because if you buy it at $37,000 and like, okay, I'm going to let this go up a couple $100 and then it just tanks to $32,000 and you're like, just lost a whole bunch of money.
Yeah.
I mean, depending on how much you put in. You can only lose what you put in anyway.
Right.
But, yeah.
Wow. I did not know you knew this much, to be honest. Not being mean or anything, but like...
I tell people that are interested.
Yeah.
And I don't talk to a lot of people about it just because...
Yeah. You don't want to come off very...
Yeah. I don't want to be like, oh, I do this. I make so much money off of this.
Yeah.
No, that's not how it works.
No.
Because I want everybody to be able to make this much money off of it. That's what we need. That's what the future is going to be.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm here, is I want to be able to spread the word through everything and everybody. I want everybody to know about this.
About
crypto,
all of crypto.
In general. Yeah. So when you buy the big three, Bitcoin, or big two at least, Ethereum and Bitcoin, and let those sit, that'll make you a lot of money. And right now is a good time to buy.
Yeah.
A really good time.
You would would you recommend people to buy right now?
Yeah, I would.
Highly?
Absolutely.
Okay.
And if you're starting, just put a couple dollars in.
Yeah.
And then you can't get mad at me if you lose $5. And then if you see real gains, then you can start to do what you want to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dope, dude. How long have we been going for? 40 minutes.
That's pretty good.
It's not bad.
Not
It's
at
a
all.
shorter
Doesn't feel like
podcast.
40 minutes.
No, it's not bad at all. One more thing for you.
Yeah.
I asked everybody who comes on this podcast, everybody who's listened, they know the question I'm about to ask. What would be your bright idea for somebody listening right now?
Bright idea.
It's like it's the one thing that people could take away from this podcast that they can think about, something like that.
Just, if you're really this interested in crypto, it's as easy as watching YouTube videos or reading a book.
Yeah.
And just gaining a little bit of knowledge, because it is really easy just to get started. And then once you get started, it starts to snowball and you realize how fascinating it is. And then you can, make a lot of money. And you're on the way to financial freedom when you're in your early 20s.
Yeah.
Or 30s even.
Because you're 19 now.
Yeah, I'm 19.
Yeah.
Currently. And yeah, it's great. Because you don't have to stress about money.
Yeah.
Because this is what it's going to be for people, is financial freedom. And you can do what you want. You can work remotely. And for me, I want to travel.
Right.
I want to get a van, and I want to mountain bike everywhere I can.
Yeah.
I want to travel and ride all over the place.
Yeah.
And you can do that with crypto because it's making money for you. You don't have to be working a 9 to 5 just to pay the bills.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Wow. All right, dude. I think we're good. Nathan, you good there? Awesome. Luke, thank you again for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Kind of blew my mind a little bit. Didn't know. You knew.
Yeah,
wow.
There's a lot more.
I bet you. I bet there's a lot more.
Yeah.
Where can people find you if they have questions?
If you have questions, you can DM me on Instagram, Luke Burkgren, Burkgren.
Awesome.
I'm not super active on really any social media platform, unfortunately. I'm trying to get there, but yeah, I believe I'm a public account, so just shoot me a DM, and I'll answer you there.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
I'm just trying to kind of roll what was just said, because there's a
There's
lot of
information.
information. There's a lot of things you got to think about.
And if there's questions, like Luke said and I said, DM me on Instagram if you have questions. And if we get a lot of questions, maybe we can do this again, answering questions like a Q&A.
Maybe like at the end of summer.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
Whenever. I'd love to come back and talk more.
Dope, dude.
There's a lot more.
Thank you for having me. Oh, thank you for having me. Well,
thank you for having me.
It's the same. We're both Luke. Awesome. But thank you guys for listening. And if you liked the episode, please like, comment, any question you guys have. Do anything. Subscribe to the channel. Write any review you guys have. I'd love to hear from you guys. We'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.